barf. That would smell absolutely terrible. I was like, ooh, this smells like the ocean in here. Like. Good morning, afternoon, and evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Fit4Lyfe Lifestyle Podcast. I am Anthony Changes, and as per usual, I am joined by my right-hand bandit, the lovely, laser-focused lady of Fit4Lyfe, Coach Sandy Tachi.
Awesome. What's up?
What's up, Coach?
What was that first line?
My right-hand bandit?
Right hand.
Yeah.
I like that.
I was going to call you my left-hand lady, but I was like, I don't want nobody to get no ideas.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Yeah, I was like, she's not even left-handed. Like,
there might be somebody that's suspicious. There might be somebody thinking
that's weird. What they got going on?
That won't work. What's happening?
What's going on?
Happy new week.
Oh, is it though?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a new week for sure.
We're already like, where are we in June right now?
Yeah.
By the time this comes out, we're like the end of June.
Right. Happy Father's Day.
Yeah. Post
Father's Day. Post Murph.
Yep.
Let's talk about Murph.
Let's talk about it.
So far, everybody made it unscathed.
Yes.
No rhabdo.
As far as I am concerned, I have done my count, and everybody is accounted for. Everybody has returned to the gym.
Right.
So we don't have any crazy episodes. My kids are safe and fine because they did Murph on repeat. Mm-hmm. And then we had Murph, Monday? And then on Wednesday, I had a kids class, and they decided that they wanted to put the other kids through another mini Murph. So they did it 5 times.
Oh my God. Wow.
The only thing they didn't do was the running, but they did all of them did the pull-ups, they did the push-ups and the squats on repeat like 5 times. And I'm like, okay, that's enough.
All right. You guys are going to get rhabdo.
Yeah, let's just end it right there. And Gio's all about, like, he's been working with Jason on the rig.
I've seen that.
And so he's been doing and flipping tires, like tires that like I don't even know if I can flip that tire. I'm like, how much does that tire weigh?
Right.
And so he's been doing that. So yesterday his arm was a little tender, a little sore.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, we need to back up a little bit because I mean, I know we're all like Tachi method and just jump right into it and go. But at the same time, let's avoid injuries and avoid any sort of rhabdo episodes.
Right.
Because children can get it as well.
I mean, as far as Murph is concerned, I'm very proud that I was able to get it done, and I got a lot of positive feedback from people in the weight loss community that I'm attached to on Instagram. They were like, you did that, like you completed a full round of Murph. Granted, you modified it to work with your ability level, but you got it done, and I really wanted to use the rig to get my pull-ups done because that's what I had trained on. Mm-hmm. And then I ended up using the TRX.
Yeah.
And people
But you did it with a vest.
I did it with the whole way.
That's awesome.
Vest. And I got it done within the time frame that I set for myself. I wanted to get it done within 75 minutes. And I got it done in 74 minutes and 53 seconds. So
right there.
Yeah.
Look at that.
So
you
which is
couldn't have
good.
planned that more perfect.
Yeah, right. I was like, oh shit, I gotta go. But it was good because I got to see where I have room for improvement. So I know that going into it next year, I know that last mile I need to pick up that time because like I walked it. There was a little bit of jogging, like I ended up finishing the run running, but shout out to Christy because Christy ran that last mile with me.
Yeah.
I mean, we had plans to go to breakfast, and I think she was like, "Let's go."
I'm hungry.
Right. So may have been motivated by breakfast, but either way, shout out to her for running that. She went an extra mile on top of running
awesome.
Murph on her own.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, Murph was a lot of fun this year. I think the way that we did it and had it staggered, so we constantly had people rolling in here, starting their Murph together as a group, headed out doing their thing. Some people with vests, some people without. We had the TRX, we had the rig going, the extra weights for anybody that wanted to add those extra weights, and what else?
It was nice to see people like cheering for everybody,
Absolutely.
as they were coming in.
People hanging out front and just really just waiting for the next wave and the next group of people to come in. So that was really cool. And then of course the Martinez clan with the flag, the American flag, that was like super emotional and super awesome. So that was a cool, really cool experience and something to just, like solidify or just kind of wrap up that whole morning, which was really awesome.
Then I had to go to work.
Yeah, it sucks. But you know what?
It's fine. Right? I had 2 days off after that.
It was a holiday. Wasn't it a holiday pay?
Yeah, there was holiday pay.
There you go.
I mean, it was worth it.
Exactly.
I mean, was it? I mean,
kind of.
whatever.
Maybe.
But
Do you feel, because I did have some feedback that a lot of our lifers, and maybe it's because we spent the whole month training, like they felt that Murph wasn't all that what they expected difficulty-wise.
It really wasn't.
Yeah.
It really wasn't. Like I realized that it wasn't going to be probably around day 23 or 24 when we got to the point where like we started decreasing the number of reps, where I was like, okay, I'm doing half of the reps for Murph in the last 8 minutes of class.
Right.
You know, so on top of doing a 45, 50-minute workout, now I'm getting to the point where I'm able to knock out half the reps in such a short amount of time. I was like, this, you know, running a mile, it's gonna suck with a vest on. And then coming in and doing this, you know, it shouldn't take me too long, and it doesn't seem as daunting as it did at the beginning of the, you know, the month where I was like, ooh, I got how many?
Right.
Wait, you said hundreds? That's a lot of zeros. That's suspicious, man. But I think what helped me was the purchase of the vest and then the miscalculating on the actual weight of the vest, because I was really upset. Like when I first got the vest, it hurt. When I ordered the vest, I was like, okay, like I'm gonna prepare myself for this workout, and I'm gonna wear the vest and train my hardest so I can kick Murph in the ass. And that was my goal. And then I got the vest. And when I ordered it, it said it was a 20-pound to however many, I think 20 to 50-pound adjustable. And then there's 10 slots for the bean bags,
right,
or the sandbags. There's 10 on the front and 10 on the back.
Yep.
And the weight, the advertisement said that each sandbag was 2.5 pounds. So when I first got it, I was excited. I ripped it open and got home at like 11 o'clock at night, and I stuffed every beanbag in there, a sandbag, and I put the vest on. I was like, this is fucking ridiculously heavy. How am I gonna use? People work out with this kind of shit? So I was like, okay, this can't be it. Like I was like, trying to do math real quick. I'm like, this is a 50-pound. Like I'm not wearing this. So I took out 6 sandbags on one side and 6 sandbags on the other. So I had 4 at the bottom, 4 in the back. And in my head, I was thinking that's 2.5 is 5, 10, 15, 20. Like that's a 20-pound vest.
Yeah, that would make the most sense.
Yeah, no. So like,
just kidding.
Just kidding. So I did those first like week and a half, 2 weeks, like feeling like I was the fucking man. I'm like, here we go. I got this vest on. I'm kicking ass, fully weighted, baby. Psych. You know, I remember like Jason put it on, and like I don't even know if he didn't say anything, but like he put the vest on, he started doing a couple push-ups with it, whatever, and he was like, all right. But then like
you're like, all right.
Yeah, all right. And then Kenny, a guy from the weight loss community, Kenny was like, have you weighed each sandbag? And I was like, no, why? He was like, you might want to do it. And I was like, all right. And I weighed it, and each one was like a pound. And I was like, wait a minute. Hold on. So you mean I've been out here working with like 8 pounds maximum in my vest? Like this
feeling like a superhero.
Yeah, I was like, oh no, this is too much. So I put the entire vest with the weight that I had put in there when I thought it was 20 pounds, and it was like 12 and a half. And I was like, bruh. Really? But,
did you weigh it with the actual vest or just the bags?
Yes. Okay. So I did both. So I weighed each individual bag, and I was like, these things are a pound.
Yeah.
1 pound. I was like, you told me 2.5, and I was so upset with Amazon. I was like, what where's the disconnect?
False advertising.
Right. Hey, AF. So I got after like week 2, I started rocking the fully weighted vest, and I made it happen, which I think was good because it allowed me to progress through the number of reps as the month went on.
Right. With
the 12.5-pound vest, and then building my way up to the 20-pound vest, and then that way the day of Murph, it was like, okay, I'm used to this, and it wasn't like I jumped into 20 pounds immediately.
Right.
Because I don't think I would have done as well in the first couple of weeks. Especially when I put it on the first, I'm like, this is 700 pounds. Like this is this can't be right.
You might have felt defeated if you had wore it from the get-go with all that weight on it. Like, oh my gosh, how am I going to be able to do that? But just like the challenge throughout the month, progressing through those reps, getting higher and higher and higher and higher until the point where we're like halfway there, you realize, wow, like this is totally something that I can do. Yeah. And I think a lot of the lifers also felt that way too, because we had a lot of last minute additions to the Murph challenge. We had to, convince people to join it. Like, listen, it's not as challenging as you may think that it is just by looking at it. I think the hardest part, I think that people see the miles as the hardest part.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh my God, a mile, like that's like here to like there, and then I have to turn around and come back. It's
and then do that again at the end.
Right, when I'm all tired. So they're like, oh my gosh, this is super challenging. But then you realize as you work through the month that you've been doing these crazy workouts, we've been pushing you to run, you've been doing all these high reps, and it's like, okay, wow, I could really do this.
Yeah.
I think I could do this,
Yeah.
Because we did have some people that were like, it wasn't as challenging. And honestly, for myself, going in it, I always go into Murph super timid, like very much like I'm not going to do the vest. I'm not going to do it strict going mile, 100, 200, 300, 1 mile.
Right.
Because of my experience and stuff like that. So I try to break it up and do it. But in all honesty, the next day I felt amazing. I was like, wow, like I am so conditioned for this time around.
Yeah.
Usually I'm sore. This time I wasn't, like a little tiny bit, but usually like down my sides from doing the pull-ups. Granted, I use the band, absolutely, but I've used the band every year and I wasn't as sore, and it was very, like I just felt super like satisfied with the whole approach to it and really training throughout the month. And I think also me doing the virtual and making sure that they were doing all the reps and participating in the challenge as well, that it just made things a little bit better. So it was an awesome
experience. Yeah, successful. I agree. I felt very accomplished when I went to work that day. I was like, man, I did Murph. Like I did it. Shit. And I even sat in the car like doing the story, my Instagram story, and I was like, I got Murph done. Like in the time, like it was great.
That's
was amazing.
Like a badass workout that is like posted on social media as badass hardest workout of the year type of thing. And of course,
did it.
Just like regular workouts, it is as hard as you make it.
Right.
It's as hard as you make it. You can make it more challenging and things like that. But doing it for the first time for yourself, like first, I think it's the first time, right? Doing it for the first time, you could see now like, wow, like, okay, I could do this again next year.
Now I'm going to do it again this year, if not next month.
Oh shit.
I had put my foot in my mouth. Yeah, I know. But like I accepted that challenge. Like I chose to add myself to that.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it. But
yeah,
for real. Like,
I might just have to join this too because I don't want to be left out.
Right. This poor girl.
What? Just throw it on the board.
Right. Everybody. I need everybody to report to the gym as soon as possible, please. 2.0.
Do you guys have a date already picked?
Not yet. Okay. But it'll probably be at the end of the month so that they still have
we
some time
might just have to do it on a Sunday.
I'm okay with it. Gym's closed. I mean, I'm okay with that.
We might just have to do it on a Sunday, and all of a sudden we got Murph 2.0. What?
2.0. No vest. I'm putting that out there right now. Like,
did you sell that thing?
I posted an ad for it. Like, you want to buy a vest? It's certified pre-owned. It's not used. It's certified pre-owned.
Clean. Lysol down.
Yeah, every time.
You get those 2.5 pound bags of sand.
Barf. That would smell absolutely terrible. I was like, ooh, this smells like the ocean in here. Like,
oh my gosh. All right, Murph's done.
Murph's done. But is it though?
Yeah.
The workouts are never done. But no, it's good because we started out the year with the Transformation Challenge.
Yeah.
And that led us all the way through February.
Yep.
And introducing macros and working out as hard as we can, eliminating foods. It was tough. But then every challenge up until so far this month has been a full body workout. I mean, it was like the challenge. So in March we had the running, April we had burpees, full body, and then May we did pull-ups, squats, and push-ups.
Right.
Also full body.
Yep.
Here we go in June. I'm not entirely nervous by it because I got some experience with it last year, but this year going into June, we're now getting our abs worked
right
out. So
like working out.
The focus on abs is kind of different from all the other challenges because everything else has been full body. So give us your methodology behind this whole ab challenge.
Honestly, I think the core is something that everybody always asks for, like, oh, let's do more core exercises, let's do more planking, more. I don't know, I guess everybody sees the foundation of their body in their core. So it's always like, all right, let's add in some more core stuff. Because the rest of the stuff like the total body, the running, the things like that seem to always happen on a day-to-day basis throughout the workouts. And then core is always a little bit extra that we add in. But having to actually focus on it for the entire month of June is just really something to help you build a stronger foundation within yourself, help you work on that stability, that body control, because everything, like I tell everybody, I'm gonna tighten up that core, keep that core focused, because it is the basis of everything that you do, from walking, working, sitting in a chair, working on a computer, carrying your kids, carrying groceries, everything. It is the base of everything. Strong core, strong back, you got yourself a strong body. And it just, I always remember like when people first started the gym, a lot of times when they've never worked out before a day in their life, you could see the instability in their body from when they do instability.
You're not even on the Bosu. What are you wobbling for?
Yeah, forget it. Get on the Bosu, and the Bosu is a true test of where your core is at and how engaged you are. Because you step on that thing, you're like, oh my gosh, wow, okay, yeah, exactly, all wobbly, all over the place.
We're all weebles.
Yeah, so you go back to those first workouts that everybody starts at day one, and from doing those, a lot of times you see it in the TRX is a perfect example, because the TRX is all body control, and especially your core and your back, because you got to keep that body nice and tight, nice and strong, keeping everything lined up. And when you have a strong core, it is easier for you to do movements like that, also to help prevent injury, to help you progress into lifting heavier weights, moving faster, running, walking, all those things. So that is the main purpose of focusing solely on core exercises and helping you to build and understanding what it means to engage your core.
Yeah, engaging your core is clutch. And I didn't even really understand, like I knew what it meant, you know, like have a tight stomach, but like in the process of completing a certain exercise, for me, it was tough to like remind myself that, okay, like engage your core, like pretend like someone's about to punch you in the stomach, you know, and flex and hold it. And then like, again, I noticed it on Murph, you know, trying to get these last reps done. It was like, okay, just focus on this last rep. And then when you feel like you're gassed, tighten up that core, and then you'll see that you get just a little bit more strength out of yourself. Yeah. Which is good. And like even a few months ago when I had my lower back injury, it was sometime last year, I think it might have been September. Even the doctor was telling me, like, you know, you have to strengthen your core so that way you avoid injuring your lower back like you have. So lower back and core, so getting those to be nice, tight, and strong are crucial. Is there a way to overwork your abs?
Absolutely. I think just like any other body part, you can absolutely overwork, especially if you are a beginner and you want to do like enter these crazy challenges where it's like, oh, let me do 100 crunches every single day because I'm going to get a six-pack at the end of the month. You have to take it slow, just like anything else, and you really have to understand the movements. That's why it's always form over speed. You know, form over speed. Once you lock in your form, even from engaging your core and understanding what it means like to engage your core, when you feel it, it clicks and you're like, oh, it's like the light bulb going off, and it's like, wow, like I get it now. Once you do that, your form with like lifting weights just becomes so much more, not easier, but it just smooth. Like it gets smoother. Running, you know, doing day-to-day stuff just get better and you get stronger. I remember when I had my first son, so we're talking about like almost 12 years ago, I did Insanity, and that's what I was doing at home post-pregnancy, and I was doing Insanity, and Sean T used to always say, engage your core, and I'm like, what the hell does that mean? I'm engaging my core.
I can picture you yelling at the TV, like, he's not gonna respond, friend.
I'm like, what? I'm like, what do you mean? Like, I don't understand. And I could remember myself just being like sloppy with the movements and like jumping from side to side and being off balance and not really understanding, and also having aches and pains from my lower back to my shoulders to everything. I mean, granted, I had just had a baby, so of course I'm gonna have aches and pains, but different feelings. And once it clicked, and I think it clicked during that program. Once it clicked for me, I was like, oh, I get it now. That's what he means.
Gotcha.
I got it. And then things just became so much smoother for me to do. Even things like swings, squats, lunges, flipping a tire,
deadlifts,
dead hangs, understanding like how your body is supposed to, you tighten that core, squeeze, engage your core as you're holding your body. It's not in your hands, it's in the rest of your body that you need to really tighten up and understand what it means. So next time you're doing these core exercises, think belly button, squeeze, flex, regardless of what is over those muscles. Everybody has a six pack.
Yeah, it's in there. It's in there.
8-pack too.
Right.
It's in there.
There's 8 of them?
Yeah.
Y'all better watch out.
It's in there. It's just sometimes it's just covered. That's all, right?
Beachbody coming soon.
Exactly.
Fat for a limited time. So each challenge has, each challenge has gotten progressively, I don't want to say difficult, but it has increased in intensity. It's almost like you're setting us up for something.
I don't know what we're setting it up for.
You don't know what you're setting us up for?
Right?
I don't know. That's suspicious.
Right? Very suspicious.
So we went running. Let's just recap.
We went running.
Let's just recap the challenges so far. Like, we learned macros.
Oh, yes.
We learned accountability to our goals.
Yeah.
We learned about different foods and how they affect our body. Mm-hmm. Then we started running.
We did.
Then we started doing burpees.
We did.
And pull-ups, push-ups, and sit-ups, or squats rather. And now we're doing sit-ups and ab work.
Yep.
What the fuck is going on?
Where are we going?
Right.
Are we doing something? Yes, we are doing something. I had to write down all my notes so we don't forget. We locked this in.
Please don't give him everything. We can't have him.
Are you guys ready? Drum roll. All right, guys, we are introducing, since you all asked for it at the beginning of the year, at the end of the challenge, we're like, we gotta do something at the end, like summertime-ish or something like that.
Late summer.
We're introducing the Fall 45 challenge. Say what? Whoop, whoop, whoop. Yeah, so the Fall 45 challenge is going to start. First, we're not going to give you all the details right now because we're going to lead into it over the course of the next weeks because we're only in summer. I mean, we're like skipping right ahead. Right. We can't forget about summertime, we're working on those abs, summertime. But we're moving into fall. So around September, right? We're starting August. We're starting in August. So it's a 45 days to realign your goals that you had at the beginning of the year for those of you that set goals. So at the beginning of the year, we had these crazy awesome goals. We did the 6-week challenge. Everybody crushed it. You guys were like amazing. A lot of us are still like on track, still doing macros. I'm working with a lot of you like on meal plans to get you guys lined up and just in check with your own personal goals, or maybe you're going to set some new goals, right? Some new goals, start some new things, or set goals for the very first time in your life. Regardless of what it is, that's what this challenge is for, to get you guys to just realign your goals. It's going to kick off on August 1st. It's going to go for 45 days. So we'll finish on September 15th, which is like right before the holidays. Yeah. It's perfect for you guys that have kids. Kids are going back to school middle of August, and like legit, our kids are going back to school, right? Our kids are going back to school.
Whether they like it or not.
Right? Everybody's going, we're setting the back.
Take your little badass back to class. Like, nope,
right?
Done with you.
All right, a lot of things are transforming all around us, guys, where people are getting back to the gym. There's less mask wearing, less rules, things like that. So I think everybody is kind of just wanting and really craving to get back to more normalcy. So this challenge is going to do it for you. All right, guys. So
it also gets you ready for that Halloween outfit.
Halloween party? Watch out, because now the parties are coming back.
Yeah, right.
The parties are back.
Right. Parties, what? Social distancing? Shit. What are you going for Halloween? A vaccinated individual.
Yes.
Never mind. Anyway, I like that we're introducing this challenge when we're introducing it, because obviously the years go through cycles just like the seasons. So when we get to that New Year, New You challenge, we come off of the holidays, probably a little more plump than usual. We got packed on a few pounds, but this is going to help us kind of prepare for that battle. You
Right.
know, we're going into the holidays
Correct.
probably in the best shape of our lives, or the best shape of our life in that year.
Yeah.
You know, so at least for me, I know that will be
Yeah.
the case. So that way I can go through the holidays and not fall back on old habits.
Right.
And hopefully start next year's transformation challenge off in the best shape of my life.
In a better position. And even the whole thing is to, every time we do a challenge, is just to be in a better position than you were the previous time that you did the challenge. So that way you're pushing yourself just a little bit more. You have educated yourself just a little bit more. So now you're ready to take on just a little bit more. Okay. So that's the whole plan.
And it reinforces what we've learned before.
Exactly. So with this challenge, we're giving you the basic details, because like we said, more details will come. It's going to be the 45 days, kicks off August 1st and September 15th. 2 workouts a day, guys.
2.
Uno?
1,
Dos.
2.
2. 2 workouts a day. They got to be 30 minutes long each. So if you do your Fit4Lyfe workout, you got your one workout. You can't do them simultaneously, meaning that you can't come here, do a fit workout or a home workout, whatever it is, and then do your other workout. One workout has to be outside. So you guys can do the 2 workouts outside if you choose to, but it can't be 1 hour of walking for 1 hour. It's got to be 2 separate workouts. And just know that there's a purpose behind everything, and it may already sound familiar with some challenges that I've done, other people are doing, some lifers are doing right now, which is amazing. Yes, it falls in line with that. Just changing things up a little bit, inviting you all to do this and something that maybe a little bit more attractive to most people, just like Murph, where you're like, oh my gosh, I can't do that, it's way too hard. And then you realize that, wow, like, yes, I can do this. So 2 workouts.
You look at the list of people like, oh, you're participating? All right, I'll do it, but like last minute, don't tell nobody.
Right? So 2 workouts, 30 minutes each. One has to be outdoor. You are going to follow a macro diet. So we're following a macro diet. And with that, I hate to say macro lifestyle, eating plan. With that, you can choose any style of eating that you want. So you can be vegan, you could be paleo, you could be keto, you could do
carnivore.
Right? Carnivore. And the macro will all just line up with your style of eating. That's all it is. So it'll all line up. So again, if you're more paleo, obviously, you know, your foods are going to be different. That was a bad example. If you're keto, your protein is going to be higher than what your carbs are, because that's the way that diet is designed. So everything's going to be worked around that. But you have to eliminate one unhealthy habit. And that unhealthy habit can be anything from, what did we say it was? Like, give me some examples.
Oversleeping.
There you go.
Or hitting the snooze button.
Chewing gum, out of control. Drinking too much soda, or drinking drinks with like too much sucralose.
Crystal Light,
things that's just bad for you. Maybe we're not eliminating coffee, okay? That's like, no, because
y'all don't understand. So like prior to filming this, like she was talking about like eliminating coffee. I'm like we're out. Like, Sandy and I are both out.
We're done, because I'm already on my like second or third, however you consider it, depending on the size of your cup of coffee. So.
This is 2 coffees in one. But,
right? Maybe 3. I don't know. But yeah, we're not eliminating, things like that. But if you do drink like 3 or 4 cups of coffee a day, maybe cut it down to 3 or 2. You know what I mean? Something like that. If you are a fried food, fast food, like just that's your thing, that's an unhealthy habit. You should think and consider about eliminating that or cutting it in half, something like that. So
but it doesn't only have to be like health and fitness, right?
Correct.
So like if someone bites their nails, they can eliminate that. Someone picks their nose.
Exactly. It could be, if you're like, I don't know, like somebody like me that waits till the last minute to fill up your gas tank, and you're basically like pushing into those are unhealthy habits, because it creates stress in your life. It creates all these other things. So those are types of things. And these are all things that we're going to bring up more and talk about in the group, because there will be a private accountability group, just like we did our New Year challenge, where you'll have somewhere to report to. That way it keeps you on track, keeps you focused. You have peers that are going to help keep you focused and on track. So that's the unhealthy habit. No cheat meals. Why do you have to look like that?
Because everybody looks forward to. I mean, I guess that was kind of the appeal to the first challenge, was like, okay, like I can't eat I got to stick to this diet. And then when we get to that transformation challenge celebration,
right? Yeah. Shit, it's who we're going out.
I'm going ham, hamburger, cheeseburger, bacon too.
Yeah, and let's talk to talk more about the cheat meals. And remember, we're doing a macro lifestyle. So therefore, nothing is really considered a cheat meal. But again, when you line up your unhealthy habits, so maybe your unhealthy habit is going to be something like fried foods or too much sugar or things like that. Therefore, you can't have a cheat meal that has those things in it. So you're going to see how everything kind of just intertwines within each other. So it'll keep you on track and it'll help you shift things in your lifestyle to help you create a more healthier lifestyle, physically, emotionally, mentally, and all the little things in between that. So no cheat meals, guys, no cheat meals. That will be the hardest, I think, for everybody. Even when I competed, we had a cheat meal at the end of each week. Right. And it was something to look forward to because you knew that you worked hard for like 6 days, all out, no cheats, no follow your plan because you knew you had that cheat meal at the end of the day. But my coach never told me I had a cheat meal until it was the cheat meal. So I had to work my ass off regardless. And that's kind of your mentality that you need to keep, is that you need to work. You need to push yourself, take on challenges that you wouldn't normally do in order, regardless of whether or not you're getting a cheat meal. But we'll talk more about it in the actual, group and stuff, knowing that nothing is really considered a cheat meal if it fits into your macros, but knowing that if you choose to have a meal of like a steak, potato, vegetables, you got to count all those things. Right. And eating that one meal may now mean that you only have room for one more meal in that day. So that's why the macro diet works. Right. And you're not overeating. So that's the whole thing. So I don't know if you consider that. So
you definitely don't want to have any empty calories or things that are really calorie dense, and then like you eliminate. You're just gonna be hungry again in 2 hours.
Right, because the thing is that if you eat a chocolate chip cookie, which is normally carbs, sugars, and fats, that's going to take away from 2 of your macros, carbs and fats, a lot. Right. So you may find yourself at the end of the day, you only have room for protein. And you're like, all right, I'm just going to eat this piece of chicken and go to sleep.
Scoops of protein powder, nothing else. Like
I'm just going to go to sleep, all pouty faced.
Right. Have a deep breath for dinner. Like.
Right? So that's, okay, so no cheat meals, no alcohol. No alcohol.
You just had, I don't know if you heard that, but that was like 4 or 5 people dropping out immediately.
Done. They just turned off the podcast. Yeah, right. Don't do that. Right.
Don't be mean.
No alcohol. There's a purpose behind it. A lot of times we've talked about this before, but a lot of times we turn to alcohol in stressful situations to fill a void, to fill a gap in our lives and things like that. Sometimes it's out of pleasure, just because social gatherings and things. But we gotta have control, like mindset, mental control. You need to be able to go out, and just so happens that I think this falls into Labor Day weekend. So temptations, and you have to know that you are mentally strong enough to say no or to pass. Right. That's it. Like you don't have to give into temptation.
And if I'm not mistaken, Labor Day weekend happens like the last week.
I know. So you don't want to be breaking any of this. All that work, all that hard work. Right. But don't think about Labor Day weekend, because I don't want that to hold you back from joining the challenge. Right. Because you'll make it through. By that day, you'll be like.
Yeah, we weren't even concerned. Like when we got to what was like week 4 or 5 of the first challenge this year, like it didn't seem like things were getting that difficult. Where it's like you kind of got used to it. But like it was more so the shock of the second week. We're like, okay, first we couldn't have fried foods. Now we can't have fried foods or added sugar and no alcohol.
What's wrong with you?
Sandy has lost her mind. Hey, don't worry, y'all. Y'all know at the end of this challenge, I'm going to have another fire poem to read for y'all.
Right?
And Sandy goes.
Yes, see? So you know what? That's a reason right there to join the challenge. Right. Just to be part of that. That's awesome. I forgot about that for a quick second. Yeah, you reminded me of that. That was the best part of the end. At the end was the party, the celebration, and that performance was the best part of that challenge. Yeah. So no alcohol, 15 minutes of personal development, or we've added in journaling for those of you guys that like to write and journal. I try to do that sometimes.
Yeah, like that's like my go-to when I'm like super stressed out is journaling. Like even if I never read it again, or I burn it after, if I just need to get some thoughts out, like I that's my go-to.
Yeah. So it'll be 15 minutes of personal development, and it won't be, you can't do audio. So no audio personal development. We're going to leave that out because there's something really powerful about lifting up a book or actually opening like an app on you can use an electronic device, but you have to read. Like you have to read it. You can't listen to it. You can't put your earbuds in and like listen to it, You really have to read. Like I said, there's very powerful about reading the words, however long it takes. It's going to be 15 minutes. So if that means that you read like really slow and that's like one page, whatever, it is what it is. So it's 15 minutes.
Maybe this summer leading up to it, we can do like a whole remedial summer school for the struggling readers at Fit4Lyfe.
Right. And we'll have some I've got tons of recommendations for personal development books from just my years of doing multi-level marketing, and then doing, when I competed, I was just reading because I was on the treadmill for like what felt like ever. It was like never ending.
I don't know that I could read and run.
I would walk, and it would just be on an incline, but still now I tried to do it and I was like, oh my gosh, my eyes are like going all across. I'm like developing vertigo. Like what is happening here? But my eyes just kind of like focused.
Laser focused.
Seriously. You could do just shift in mindset. You could do anything that you want to do when you put your mind to it. There is no stopping you once you set your mind, and this is what I'm going to do. And the last thing is a gallon of water a day, which you all should be doing already.
Yeah.
So
facts.
From this list, you guys should be doing at least 4 or 5 of the items already, right? Drinking a gallon of water, working out.
Check. I don't know, I'm not doing 2 a day. I'm not doing 2 workouts a day.
No alcohol?
I'm not reading. Yeah, alcohol, that's not a problem. I'm not drinking. Still following the macros. 4 things, right? We're good.
We're good.
I don't even need to get to 5 because I'm not an overachiever, Christy.
The rest you could just go ahead and add in there.
Right.
But so that's the base. That's the base of it. As we start to work into it, we're going to share with you guys some other really cool, awesome things. We are breaking it up into phases. 1, 2, 3. 3 phases. Okay, 3 phases. We can't tell you what each phase is going to include.
We don't give them too much.
We should add in like those cold showers. Just kidding.
I will flip this table.
Just kidding.
We're not doing that.
I would fail.
Yeah, I mean, I would lie. Like, like just be honest with you here. I'm gonna lie about that. If I got to take a cold shower, I'm like, yeah, the water was super cold. Like, I hated it. It was terrible.
Right? Yeah.
Meanwhile, my skin is still red. Like. 3rd-degree burns from the shower I took today.
Epsom salt bath.
Yeah, I'm not doing those. Although I did take one after Murph. Like that was good.
That was smart.
I needed to.
Yeah.
I was to recap on that. Like the day of Murph, I was fine. I felt good. The next day, it really started to creep up, and then the second day after that, it really like the soreness really kicked in. But it was again that like accomplished soreness, it was like I feel it and I like it, you know. It wasn't like what have I done? But it was good.
Yeah.
So with this coming Fall 45, workout at Fit4Lyfe, and then another completely different exercise outside.
Yep. And that exercise can be anything that you want. You cannot do it in your garage.
Outside with the elements.
Right, outside with the elements. So if you've decided that I'm going to do my outdoor workout at 8 o'clock at night, that is what it is, regardless of whether it's raining or not. I mean, be smart about it. Don't be like going out there in like a crazy thunderstorm and then blame Sandy and Anthony for getting struck by lightning.
Anthony ain't got nothing to do with this.
So you like how I threw your name right out in there?
She's like, it's Anthony and Sandy. Like, she's trying to get y'all to hate me? No, big dog. But be smart.
Be smart about it. No covered areas. You cannot do it on your patio that is covered. You got to do it outside. Drag, whatever it is. Like when I did 75 hard, there were sometimes because I didn't have childcare or I had just waited too long to do the workout and it was 8 o'clock at night. And honestly, I had done the first week was like a trial and I was trying to figure out when I was going to do these workouts, and I was walking at 8 p.m. at night. I didn't like it. I didn't feel comfortable. I didn't feel safe, even in a safe neighborhood. I just didn't like it. I just didn't like it. Right. So I would drag my bike on the indoor, like the trainer or whatever, outside on my patio, not covered, not screened in, and I would just
watch the podcast while it was raining.
Exactly. Basically is what happened. And I would just ride for my 45 minutes. And remember, it doesn't have to be, you could take anything outside, jump rope, jumping jacks, squats. One time when Jason was doing his 4x4x48, that I think was the Saturday, it was like ridiculous raining. I remember it was raining, and it was the only time that I had to work out, or maybe it was the Friday. I don't remember. I think it was a Saturday. And I just made a workout outside. Like I just grabbed my stuff. I put on like a hoodie to like protect me from the rain, because it was like raining. And I just did my workout outside. I did squats, push-ups, sit-ups, anything. Like I just did exercise for 45 minutes at that time, or 45 minutes at the time. So lucky you guys, you only got to do 30 minutes. 30 minutes.
Oh, that's right. 30 minutes.
You know what 30 minutes, you know what that is? Scrolling on social media. 30 minutes.
If you like me, that's one solid poop.
Right? Why is it taking you so long?
Because it's focused. It's more just like, I need to. It's kind of like yoga. It's like meditation.
What the hell? No, I will not understand that ever. What you meant.
Nah, I can't leave the restroom until my legs are numb. TMI.
I do not. Yeah, I don't understand that. I never will understand that. My kids are like that too. I'm like, what is taking so long? Like,
it's our reprieve. It's like our vacation.
Yeah, like let's go. Like let's move on. So, but yeah, 30 minutes is nothing, guys. Right. I mean, it really is.
It's not even a full Fit4Lyfe class. Like that's
yeah.
Easy.
I mean, that is. You could do a walk.
So can we? Okay, so like if we take a 50-minute Fit4Lyfe class, we can't donate 20 minutes.
No. You cannot, because it can't be simultaneous.
You're right.
It's got to be two separate workouts. You can't just like leave class halfway through and be like, I gotta
10
go.
minutes.
My 30 minutes is up. Bye.
Oh, my watch is closed. I'm out. Like,
yeah. No, it don't work like that. It's got to be two separate workouts. And we'll answer all these questions and definitely more. You know, I'm a super detailed person, so lots of details.
It's killing her right now to not give you guys everything. Like,
I know, lots of details. I'm like that annoying person that's like boom, boom, list of like. I just like to, for the people that are detail oriented like me, I like their questions answered, because I know I'm a questions person. I like to know. That was the hardest thing for me during the 75-day program, which and I've said before, was the diet. Okay, well, I don't understand. Follow a diet, but does that mean that I can eat like trail mix with M&Ms in it, or can I not? Do I got to take that out? Like, I didn't quite understand.
That's suspicious.
Why are things making noises over there? There's nobody there. So, so I was like, okay, well, if I eat like a chocolate chip cookie that I made at home with like certain ingredients, is that considered a cheat meal? Like, so there was a lot of questions. So I'll answer, all those questions for people. And I think that's kind of why we, have it macro diet, so that way it's friendly.
Freedom.
Lots of freedom. But you can't drink alcohol and you can't have cheat meals. So and you got to give up one unhealthy habit.
So like, would you consider like going over your macros as like cheating?
Well, it depends on how much you're going over. Just like anything else, like if you're counting your macros now on a day-to-day basis, like going anywhere over or under by 100, 150 calories, or anywhere from 2 to 10, 15 grams in either way is really not, it's not going to make or break you, but it's not something that you want to continuously do every single day. Like you want to pinpoint where those things are and then adjust it, but it's not going to make or break you. But also knowing that if you are someone that counts macros, if you go over on proteins, you can then drop a little bit below on your carbs or somewhere. So you can manipulate it, which is the wonderful thing about macro counting a little bit, but also knowing and educating yourself to know like how I can do that.
Because each column kind of represents a different percentage of your total calories.
Correct. Yeah. So if you're going over on your calories, then you're going over on one of those macro areas, and you should be able to pinpoint and see where that's at.
So you heard it here first, folks. More math on the way.
Damn it, more math. But it's going to be good. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be like New Year, New You challenge on steroids.
2.0. Don't say that.
To the next level.
No.
To the next level.
This too much.
Fun.
Okay, all right. Okay, cool. I'm glad you clarified, because I sure was concerned. I was like, no alcohol, but we could go do steroids now? Like, hey, meet
that
me in the
doesn't seem like a very
bathroom.
Listen, that's not a healthy habit. So no, you can't.
Gotcha.
I never said you could, okay?
Right.
Take that back.
Disclaimer.
Rewind. Sandy did not say that.
Right. Anabolic, here we go.
I know. So with that, we have the 45, Fall 45. coming in August, so that's cool. We have June. By the time this airs, it's gonna be the end of June.
I know.
So it's like already halfway through the year, guys. Like we are like summertime kids are out of school. Hopefully your kids are in summer camp by now. Mine are, you know? So by that time, and then we are just rolling through the summer months. People are kind of moving. Classes are getting like crazy.
Yeah, super packed.
Super packed, which is awesome. It's good. I know somebody did whisper to me and say, I like my small classes. I do too. You guys get special attention, but keep in mind too that it's just more energy, guys. More energy, more motivation, more like to push you, more to like really like drive, take on the challenge. Like 6 days a week.
Today working out for best friends day, working out with you. I'm a best friend, yo. Working out today, we had a lot of people in class, and like I do like it. You know, like there's certain days where, you know, especially with Tabata, with it being like fast paced, like I prefer to have a lot more people. But you know, certain days like on a max effort Monday, say, or like maybe a triple threat Thursday, where it's, you know, a little heavier, a little more powerful, you know, less people. I don't know. Maybe I'm just making stuff up as I go along. It's possible.
It's cool though to take a class versus coaching a class, because as a coach and coaching a class, like you see everything, and for us it's slow motion. Believe it or not, even the 20 seconds, it's like slow motion. But taking a class. Dude, I didn't have time to think. I'm like, shit, where's my weights?
I don't know. Them 20 seconds felt like they was going in slow motion. I'm like, what is happening?
Oh my God. Like, all right, from push-ups to chest press, back to push-ups. I'm like, I have no time to get from my push-ups, to grab my weights, to go back in that chest. It's pretty awesome to be a client and be a member and be a lifer on the other side, because as a coach, like I said, it's completely different. And when you're working out, like you see nothing else happening except what you're doing in your small area, usually. Usually. A client. Listen, if you got time to scope out everything else in the room, you are not working hard enough. So let me just put that out there right now.
It was good, because even in class, like working out, like I said in the story today, I was like taking Tabata Tuesday with Jason, working out with Sandy, with undercover coach Chris ahead of us, and then Coach Derek behind us. It was like the fact that it was so intense. I didn't have to worry about anybody like really honing in on me. Jason was the only one that was like walking around the room, but I guess he felt like he's working with Sandy. Sandy's gonna make sure he's doing what he has to do. But like Sandy was out here dying with us, and I was like, yes.
It was good, man. I like today's workout.
A lot.
And Tabata's great, because when you combine those, usually when you do the two movements back and forth, like it is just like you're hitting all those areas. You're like, oh my God, I can't move my arms. All right.
And then
next.
and then you've got 90 seconds to wipe everything down and move on to the
perform
next station.
surgery. Let's not, guys, because if you are a lifer, the breaks are going to get shorter. Just letting you know right now, they're gonna get shorter. Back in the day, we had like 30-second breaks.
Why?
Cause maximize your workouts.
Like, I mean, that's fair. But like also like my heart rate can't sustain.
Right. Yeah, but it's you know I know it sounds like scary, and I say it because I'm like I enjoy this, you know. I enjoy this, and I enjoy putting the routines together and being able to work out with you guys, because I enjoy putting myself through the pain and suffering as well. And all the routines are usually designed around like what I like to do, like what I want to do, and the challenge and pushing yourself and things like that. And it is as hard as you want to make it. You know, the weights that you choose are as hard as you want to make it. Tabata Tuesdays are quicker, you know, quicker movements, usually singular movements. So you're not doing some crazy flip, one eye closed, handstand.
Doing the sprinkler.
Yeah. It's usually not as singular movements, but it's lighter weights because it's only 20 seconds. And you want to maximize every single second that you have. Weights Up Wednesday, you grab heavier weights, you really challenge yourself, you know, push yourself to do those heavy weights. So that way, when you're lifting heavier weights, your heart rate is elevated.
AF.
Right? But the breaks are also designed around the routine, around the workout. So it's not like we're going to have you doing some crazy lifting weights and doing, you know, tire flips and then giving you 30 seconds to break. Like, that's just silly. You know what I mean? Like, it is safety first above everything, but also challenging yourself and knowing that, yeah, it sounds crazy, but you can absolutely do it, and you can absolutely
do it and it still be crazy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so it's gonna be good. I'm looking forward to the second half of this year. Like, it's crazy. We are looking forward to, you know, more stuff now that we're just hopefully this is like a turning point for everybody here, a turning point for a lot of us. So we're looking to have more social events. We're looking to do things on Sundays, even though we have now to have a designated Sunday rest day or active recovery day for everybody here at Fit4Lyfe, from our members to our staff, to really just give everybody a chance to reset. Yeah. Like reset your body, your mind, your spirit, whatever you practice. Do outdoor workout, get outside, do something different. But we're also going to be adding in some other fun stuff on Sundays. Maybe not every Sunday, right? Not every Sunday, but
I'm sworn to secrecy.
Right? We're gonna add in some other fun stuff. Maybe take it back to, those outdoor hill workouts that everybody has missed, or some beach workouts, or biking, getting together, somewhere, doing social things as.
I don't know. I'd really like to see some team stuff.
Yeah.
Where we can have like, this coach has their lifers, this other coach has their lifers, and we do like some tug of war stuff, like some field day stuff,
like a kickball party. Hello.
Yeah.
So hopefully the parks will open up, where you can rent, pavilions and things like that now, so that we can get together on Sundays with your families and things like that. Everybody come, bring all the peoples. And all the food.
all the food, because we only have until August 1st. So we gotta have food between now and then. Also, I'm gonna need some of them overnight oats, preferably overnight.
Right. Yeah. So lots of great things headed our way, guys. We're really looking forward to it. I think we're really excited about this Fall 45 challenge. That's gonna be a great way to wrap up the summer and enter that new season here.
Yeah.
And really get us focused.
Summer light, because South Florida only has 2 seasons, summer and summer light.
That's true. Can't wait.
Yeah. All right, Coach. I don't have any other questions for you, and I think I'm looking forward to the Fall 45 stuff. So
I know. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
I know. Bye, guys. Peace.
Peace.